Well, AudiogoN fans, this is Bruce Jacobs, and I represent three companies here at the show. I represent Stillpoints, which is going to be the rack and isolation technology we'll cover. I represent Bellis Power Module Electronics, which is a solid-state electronics company. And I represent Exemplar, which is tube digital and tube preamps. So I'm going to start out with the Bellis product. And Dave Bellis has been an audio designer of solid-state electronics for about 30 years. I've known him all of the 30 years. And he's always built a phenomenal value product, considered one of the great values for the money. What I want to show you right here is our start product in our line. And we start at a very budget-oriented price of $900 for a preamp, $1,050 for the power amplifier. We just recently got Golden Ears and Editor Choice Awards, and the product is an extremely good product for the dollar. We think that in solid state there's not very much that's more musical at its dollar value, and our focus is really presenting you with a full function preamp, a little power amplifier at 65 watts per channel that can really drive just about any speaker system. So our goal again is to make audiophile quality products available to you, the consumer, who might not have a budget like the rest of the world who likes a good audio. So this is our start in our product, and again it's a full function remote product. The other product that we brought to the show is our statement product, and this is our latest creation that we've done. The statement product is representing the pinnacle of all Dave's 30 years in design. And our goal was to produce a solid-state preamp and power amps that maintain the phase integrity and the harmonic integrity of a great tube product. Tubes are very fast and give you much more micro information, and we wanted to accomplish that in a solid state, which is no simple feat. We brought a solid-state preamp called the LA1, and it's a 2-box unit that sells for $67.50, and will give you the best performance that we know of in any solid-state electronics. Very musical and very great value, and endless bottom end, which you'll like with the fully matured top end. The power amplifiers that you see on either side here are our new MB200 amplifiers, and they're 200 watts per channel. It's a radically new circuit that Dave developed. It's extremely fast, and you'll hear texture and body and dimensionality in your instrumentation and voicing that you won't get unless you have some very, very expensive tube product. But again, we do these at $67.50 for 200 watts per channel, so it becomes very reasonable compared to the type of electronics that would match the music scale of this product. One of the other companies that I represent is Exemplar Audio. And this year at the show we're showing a number of very new products for Exemplar. In fact, a redesign of their complete product line. This product is done by John Tucker, and John is one of the best in the digital arena that I know. I've known and had the pleasure of knowing many of the great designers of audio equipment over 35 years, having the pleasure to work with Saul Marantz and I. Futterman, Dick Sequeira, had great times through the audio industry. And John in the digital domain and tube preamp domain is excellent. This is his new Exception 2 preamp, full function remote tube preamp, and will retail at $49.95. The other product that is Exemplar here is John's new CDX1 CD player. And this is a full tube CD player, beautiful looking, but really outstanding sounding. It will compare to the multi-box units found in the upper teens, $20,000 range, but sells for $65.95 and is a beautiful CD player for analog performance. So we'd invite you to listen to these. John also, not at this booth, but also in the show, will be showing an audiophile hard drive. And we're not talking just a hard drive, but we're talking one that even beats a CD player. So it'll be a very exciting product like that. And we'll also have, and showing elsewhere in the show, our new statement preamplifier. Looks somewhat similar to this in the rounded corners and chassis with 2 VMU meters, and will sell for about $12,000. And we expect that to compete with some of the best preamps in the market. We're actually waiting for the burning preamp for a great shootout because we think that's one of the best in the industry, and we want to see how ours compares with theirs. So those are a little bit about the Exemplar product, and you'll be hearing a lot more about this company as the year goes on because it's going to get a little bit more fame. The last product I'd like to talk about while we're at the show here is the Stillpoint technology. And Stillpoints is considered one of the better rack and isolation systems in the industry. Stillpoints is isolation. It is not dampening. The biggest thing that I can offer you with Stillpoint technology is we will not alter the sound of your speakers. We will not alter or change the sound of your amplifiers. We will not alter or change the sound of your CD players. What we will do is lens and focus these products so that you can hear what they're really doing in creation of music. And we do it by taking out the outside influence on the products. We do amplifier stands and one of the most beautiful and functional racks in the industry. This is our ESS rack. It is an outstanding rack. It comes in different size acrylics for weighting structure. It is continuously adjustable up and down. You can level it with the equipment on it. All you do is unscrew the little knob that you see here, loosen the set screw in the side, and slide the shelf and its bracket up and down the titanium aircraft cable. When you get the position that is level and want to, you lock down the screw, put on the cap, and you're absolutely done with your job as far as adjusting the rack. This is far different than all the racks that you have to totally disassemble to move the rack 4 inches. And the isolation affected by this rack. We have our Stillpoints isolation with the ball bearing structures at the bottom. The actual stanchion cable that holds the shelves is isolated by our Stillpoint technology. The interior cap structure is isolated by our Stillpoint technology. So the whole stand, while it's beautiful to look at, completely isolates your electronics. Again, we have taken this system to a more ultimate configuration by using not only the rack, but the feet and the amp stands. And again, the further you take the isolation technology, the more you're going to hear what your electronics is doing. So Stillpoints is a very functional place to put your equipment on, and it will allow you to hear everything that you spent your money on. And that's important. Most people buy equipment, don't pay attention to the details, and then they never really hear their equipment that they paid untold dollars for. So we're here to make it look good and sound good. And we hope that you come and visit any of our dealers, any of our distributors, and get a chance to firsthand hear what your system really sounds like.